week we are working on unfreezing our characters. Yesterday we worked on including those action words in our writing. Today we're going to unfreeze our characters by adding that dialogue or our talking. So our learning target is I can explain how to include dialogue, and we said that meant talking, in my writing. We can do that with our speech bubbles as well as in our writing using those quotation marks. So today I have some sentence frames to help us practice this. We're going to practice it first with my character, and then you are going to get a chance to practice this with your fictional character. So who remembers who my character is, my fictional character? Chloe? Ryan. So we're all going to practice it the same way at first, but then you'll get to practice it using your character in just a minute. So I'm going to say, Ryan whispered, "Good night."
Ryan whispered, "Good night."
Do you hear how it changes how I read it based on what word I use? Ryan cried, "Ow!"
Ryan cried, "Ow!"
Do you hear how it changes your voice when we changed it from cried and we didn't just say sad? Ryan shouted, "I can't do it!"
Ryan shouted, "I can't do it!"
Ryan screamed, "Oh no!"
Ryan screamed, "Oh no!"
Ryan asked, "Can you help me?"
Ryan asked, "Can you help me?"
And here we have replied. That means that's an answer to our question. So here I'm going to say Ryan's dad replied, "Sure."
Ryan's dad replied, "Sure."
Are you remembering some of these sentences from my story? Ryan thought this was the best day ever.
Ryan thought this was the best day ever.
Okay, now it's your turn. We're going to practice it all together before we play a dice game. So now I want you to get your character in your head. Does everybody have their character? You might have one or two. Pick the one you're using right now to write about. Sit on your bum so everybody can see. So I'm going to say, Ryan whispered, "Good night." Now it's your turn with your character.
Ryan whispered, "Good night."
Oh, so I heard some more good nights, but I heard some different things like be careful. And I love how we all use our whisper voices. Okay. Ryan cried, "Ow!"
Ryan
Ouch. Ryan shouted, "I can do it." Good job. I heard Ryan at the beginning, and then we switched it over. You're using your characters, remember? Ryan screamed, "Oh no!" Hey. Ryan asked, "Can you help me?" I heard some great questions. Ryan's dad replied, "Sure."
Christina's dad said I could help you find yours.
You guys did a great job practicing adding that dialogue in orally. We're going to practice a little bit more with a dice game now. So this will be up on the visualizer in just a minute. We've played our dice games before, but it's been a little while, so we'll go over how to play them again. You'll play them just with a partner, and you'll have about 15 minutes because I want to make sure we save the last 10 minutes for you to write in your story and actually add this dialogue in. So you can see on our card, number 1, you're going to use that whispered sentence. You put your character's name on that first line, and then you finish the sentence where it has that ... So a 1 is whispered, a 2 is cried, a 3 is shouted, a 4 is screamed, a 5 is asked, and a 6 is replied. I do want you to use those voices when you say it, but remember Miss Castro's next door, so we're shouting or screaming. We don't want to get too carried away, okay?
Okay.
So remember, we roll the dice. We look at what number we get, and then we put it in there. So I got a 2, so I would say Ryan, or I could even say he cried, ow! Then my partner would roll the dice. Mandan, come up here and be my partner. So go ahead and roll the dice. So what is Mandan going to say?
Scream.
Scream. So let's hear your scream.
I want that one.
Can you turn around and say it even louder? How's freezing? Oh, I like how you changed your voice when you said it. I got 2 cried. Is that okay that I got it again?
Yeah.
Okay, but now I want to change it. I want to try something different. So I'm going to say, Ryan cried, I want my mom.
Right. I want my mom. 4. Moonlight swim. I'll help you swim. Ryan shouted, I want that one. Gabe whispered, ouch!
Is it your turn?
3 is a low number. 10 is a high number. Her mom replied, yes.
Go ahead.
She shouted, and I'll cry. No, bye. I got that one. Pumpkin. Good night. No, Christina cried. I want that door. I want that ticket. Pearl shouted, I want that.
Sentences out loud. Now it's time to get them in our writing. So I'm going to go back to my story, and I'm going to think about where can I unfreeze my character and make him come alive through that dialogue. So I said, vroom, vroom, vroom. Ryan ran around the house on an invisible bike. Ryan really wanted to learn to ride a bike without training wheels. He had a shiny green bike with black wheels. He put on his helmet and knee pads. He went outside onto the sidewalk. Then Ryan got on his bike and started to pedal. He moved his feet around and around. Suddenly, he lost his balance and wobbled side to side. Ryan fell to the ground. Thud! Ryan started to cry. Instead of saying that, could I change it to Ryan cried, ow? So I'm going to cross that out and change it. Ryan cried, and he's talking, so I'm going to have him say, ow. And I'm going to use that exclamation point. I can also put it in my speech bubble. When Ryan was done crying, he decided he needed help. Ryan went inside and asked his dad. So I have that one in my story. Can you help me? Ryan's dad said, sure. I don't want to use sure. What's it said? I want to use a different word. Mason, what could I use?
Think?
I could say think, but he's actually saying it out loud. You can see his speech bubble. Jaden replied. I know how to spell it. It's on our chart, or you guys can take this back to your tables when you're ready to write to help with the spelling. Ryan got on his bike and his dad held on to the back. Ryan practiced and practiced and practiced. Finally, Ryan could ride a bike all by himself with no training wheels. I think this is time for that sentence I practiced. He shouted, I can do it. Okay. Thumbs up. Was I able to explain how to include dialogue in my writing? Was I able to add it to my writing? And through speech bubbles, I can even add it on this page. I can do it. It is now your turn.
It said you said, and now it says shouted.
Can you read it to me?
Vanya and her mom got into the bus, and Vanya shouted, I want that one.
What did you change?
Said to scream.
Or to shout
Shouted.
it? Can you read it to me?
One day her caseworker came and said to Christina, do you want to have visits? Christina shouted, yes!
Nice. Thank you, Mom.
Hannah made a Santa card on Christmas. She asked for a pink sparkly bike.
Oh, I like the way he found that word asked and put a box on it.
The next day, Anna went downstairs and there was no bike. Anna screamed.
Oh, did we hear any words? What did we hear?
Scream.
Scream. She didn't just say no bike. We could hear the way Cervante read it. No bike! Anna screamed.
Anna asked her mom to take her to the North Pole.
No, and what word did we hear on that page? Asked.
Anna was in the map, but not in the North Pole yet. Anna was so wiggly and bored.
Is it okay that he didn't use dialogue on every page?
Yes.
Yes, you want to think about when does it make sense in your story.
Finally, Anna saw Santa's house. Anna's mom drove her to it. Anna asked, why didn't I get the pink sparkly bike I asked for? Santa said, oh no, I forgot.
So what word did we hear on that page? Ask. Good job. And if Santa said, oh no, could we maybe use one of these words instead?
Yes.
What do you think? Instead of said, what could we have used?
Shouted.
Screamed. And on our very last page.
Santa gave Anna the bike she asked for. Anna said thank you. Anna was feeling happy.
Let's give Cervante a round of applause. Remember, every time you write, you want to unfreeze that character by adding action, and what we learned today, adding that dialogue.